Well, in January of 2015, Dr. Beth Weatherby became the 22nd Chancellor of Montana Western in Dillon. In the past 6.5 years, she's been a part of the record growth at the Dillon School and major changes across the campus.
This morning, we begin a three-part chat with Chancellor Weatherby just before she officially retires this weekend.
Well, special guest joining us this morning. We are on the Montana Western campus with Chancellor Beth Weatherby. I don't get to call you that for very much longer. Beth?
You can keep calling me that.
I can keep calling you that? Okay. That's part of the reason we're here. I want to chat with you. You're about to be done with chat. Retire. I'll use the word retire. How's that feel?
It feels great.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Talk to me. Let's go back in time. I want to go back to the beginning of this. You obviously had some interest in moving to Beaverhead County, Dillon, Montana. What was that thought process like? Your career bringing you here those years ago, that when you first started here, when you applied for this position?
Well, I was ready for a transition. I'd been in Minnesota for 22 years, faculty member, Dean of Arts and Sciences, Provost, and it was as a faculty member, I was a creative writer, so poetry and fiction. When I was thinking about what was next after, all those years in administration and teaching, I thought, well, maybe I'll just, maybe I'll retire and go and just write. And then my husband found this job for me because he'd always wanted to come back to Montana. And he did part of his graduate work in Missoula. And he had actually, Montana Western had been on his radar. He's a philosopher, but nothing ever opened up. So he found this for me. And I applied, I looked at it. I had decided that if I was going to continue in administration, I wanted something really compelling, something that would be different. And boy, was this different.
You definitely found that.
Yeah, I mean, what I saw was that, there are a lot of, I believe in public education very strongly. There are a lot of public universities and colleges around the nation that are really struggling to differentiate themselves. So as they try to deal with diminishing state resources and the kinds of challenges that we have in higher education now, it's really hard for them to find a hook, basically, and to attract students. Montana Western had already done this with Experience One. They had come up with, we're still the only public university in the nation on the block schedule. So Experience One is experiential learning, one course at a time. Nobody else is doing that, other than a few very expensive private colleges. And so when I saw that, I thought, oh my goodness, this is something to build on. That was very exciting.
That as an administrator, but as an educator as well, the opportunities that it lends you, that must have been really intriguing for you to see what could happen with this kind of plan.
I had done a lot of work with a group called Project Kaleidoscope that is, the mission is to really improve higher education in STEM, in science, technology, engineering, and math. And it was all about experiential learning. And the most important, most impactful experiences in my own learning throughout my life were experiential. In journalism, I went to Northwestern, and the professors would just say, get on the L train and go into Chicago and do a story about X, Y, or Z. And you learn so much by doing that and then reflecting on what you're doing. And that is the core of our educational program. The one course at a time is designed to really facilitate experiential learning. And so that was really exciting to me, and still is.